This video covers the physics behind why the motor we made in class works. First, we start out with a magnet, and this magnet has a north and a south pole, and we know that there's a magnetic field going between the north and the south field. We then placed a current-carrying wire inside of the magnetic field. Because of the current-carrying wire in the magnetic field, we know that there would be a force exerted on the wire. Using the right-hand rule, we place our fingers with the magnetic field and our thumb with the current, and we find that the force on one side of the wire pushes up and the force on the other side of the wire pushes down. So this results in a rotation. Once the wire rotates, the current actually ends up flipping directions. So this may seem confusing, but try to remember the demo that we showed you in class about how the current flips directions. So once the current switches directions, the forces are once again exerted on the wire loop. But as you may notice, the way that the forces exert themselves on the loop, the wire doesn't actually end up making a full rotation. Instead, the wire flip-flops back to its original position, which is obviously a problem. When making a motor, we want it to have full rotations, but this motor is flipping back and forth. And there is a solution. So we only want one of the two situations to exist. By this I mean, I want, let's say, the side closest to the south side of the magnet to always feel the force upwards. This would make the loop of wire continue to spin because it's always feeling force in the same direction. So to do this, we simply cut off the current for half of the rotation. And you do this by keeping the insulation on one side of the wire. So when you cut off the current for half of a rotation, the motor is powered from the force due to the current and the magnetic field for half of a turn. Then, momentum keeps the motor turning for the other half of the rotation. Then once again, the current flows in the wire again, and the force is exerted on the loop again, and this continues on, and the loop will spin.